on Jared Goff. He comes in second in the league in passing yards this season. It's the Lions and the Seahawks on Monday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Detroit and Ford Field, the home of the Lions. Good to be in the booth with my partner Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Welcome, and Greg, this is one of those that's worthy of prime time because wide receivers love the spotlight as much as any position group in the league. And we got two guys who shine under the lights here tonight.
And I think where it's going to be really fun and get interesting to watch, Mike, is in those critical situations. The game's on the line, third down, red zone, gotta have it moments. Exactly where the ball's going, and they're just going to say, I dare you to stop them. These are two prime, elite wide receivers in the National Football League. Night game, prime time, they're looking to put on a show.
Here is the Spring League star, Jake Bates, set to get this one going. And off we go here on Monday night. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft out of USC. It's Sam Darnold.
I think when you go back and watch last week's game, Mike, I think two things were at play. Number one, let's give credit to the defense. I think they did a nice job of identifying some of the easy layups we've seen this quarterback hit from a week-to-week basis. They took it away. They made him go to his second, third, check down through his progression. And then secondly, when the play did line up, when they did get the look they wanted, he just missed a lot of throws. So they know they cannot afford another pedestrian performance out of him this week. If he can play to the standard we've seen in weeks past, they can have a better chance of having a better result.
Here's 2nd and 9. Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, here early on, if this pass rush continues to get home at this rate, this is going to be a long day for this offense. They're going to have to put some extra guys in there, mix in some play action, keep this pass rush off balance.
On 3rd and long, here's Darnold. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The Lions, led by Jared Goff, chanting his name during the playoffs in 2023 in Detroit. Far cry from the trade from the Rams to the Lions, 2nd in the league in passing a season ago.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all 3 phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, it's going to be a hard team to beat.
So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. The blitz gets there, and he lost the football. The Seahawks scoop it up. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your... Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
The kick is good. Makes the score Seahawks 7, Lions nothing.
So 7-0 the score, and set now for the dynamic kickoff. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Lions offense ready to see the football for the second time. Let's see if they can bounce back from the early mistake. That fumble a moment ago returned for a touchdown. The offense gets it back, 1st and 10. To the right side, that's St. Brown. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Goff gives it to Gibbs. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing, Goff. This one is caught by Hollywood Brown. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a 1st down. From the gun, it's Goff. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete. They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. He's got it inside the 5. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle's made here at the 3-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Here's Gibbs. This defense back up, but stepping up. No gain on the play. It stays at the 3.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain. It goes without saying, Mike, you have to be smart with the ball, especially down here in the red zone. You're already in scoring position. And I understand they're trying to come away with a touchdown, but at the very least, come away with 3. Worst case scenario is you turn the ball over and you come away with nothing.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's gone. It is brought in the end zone. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. It's That's his third touchdown on the year. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Brian Branch in on the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. On play action, here's Darnold. Hupp brings it in left side. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
That caught by Davis. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
The run up the middle, it's Walker. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Jalen Petrie up to make the tackle. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going. And for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their 2nd sack, and we're still here in the 1st quarter.
Here's Michael Dixon now. He's on for the 2nd time. They'll try to get something inside the 10. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Goff to throw. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On the handoff, this is Gibbs. Nice gain on 1st down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? That's on the all-pro tackle, Penei Sewell.
Still first down.
On play action, Goff. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On 2nd down, Goff. He's going to air this one out. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. And 3rd down coming up.
It seemed there was a bit of a busted coverage in the secondary, and I think that's what led that receiver to be so wide open. And that's a ball that just needs to be put on him. It doesn't have to be a perfect throw. It doesn't have to be thrown on the money. Just make it catchable and take advantage of that opportunity.
Throwing here is Goff. He's going to look downfield once again. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down. The Lions will punt this ball away. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense headed back to take over once more. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. They'll go play action with Darnold. This one complete to his tight end, Fant. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. Gains nothing. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
The throw on 1st down is Darnold. He'll take a shot downfield, looking for Cup. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. They can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes. It's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
We'll try and run it with Walker. And it looks like he's going to have that 1st down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's gotten enough. They convert on 3rd down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
We'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. Not much happening there, just a short gain. is a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. That pass play good for 22. First down, Seattle.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
They run with Walker. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing, Darnold. Outright, Smith and Jigba has it. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So we've played one quarter here on a Monday night. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Darnold to throw. That one taken in. Gabe Davis. Touchdown, Seahawks.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass, results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Myers now to add the PAT. He knocks it through, and the Seahawks will move out to a 14-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. Good return, but he pays the price at the end. Picked up and thrown down. Here's 1st and 10. Now Goff. That's right side and brought in by Williams. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
They hand it to Gibbs. And he'll only get down to around the 42. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. Throwing left side. And it's taken in by Williams. 3rd down, 3 to go. Goff to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, That's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Catch is made. That is Williams. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Goff. To the right side, that's St. Brown. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Another catch from there. Numbers starting to stack up in this one. Closing in on 100 yards, and we're still in the first half. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert on 3rd and 1.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? This 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
1st and goal, and here's Montgomery. A 2nd effort, and he is in. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Lions. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Bates now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Lions will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And nowhere to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Off the play fake, it's Darnold. He'll get this complete to Walker.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball and keep that to a short game.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Darnold now to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, Put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. That's quickly out to Williams. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
That one taken in by St. Brown. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
When you throw on the Detroit Lions tape, Mike, I mean, of course, we all know who Amon-Ra St. Brown is, but the best thing about his game is there's really nothing he doesn't do at a high level. Make difficult catches, move the chains. But he's also that big play elite receiver that everybody's looking for. Top 5 in catches, yards, and touchdowns a season ago.
On 1st down, it's Goff. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That one on target to cut. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. It's complete. He's got Huck. He'll get out of bounds, a gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On play action, here's and they're going to get him a 2nd time. He goes down again. It's Aiden Hutchinson, former #2 overall pick, in there to bring him down.
Aiden Hutchinson brings him down for a sack, and Mike, he continues to establish himself as really one of the NFL's not only the most talented young defenders, but you can make an argument he's the most consistently disruptive defensive end in the entire...
That is caught. What a throw. Cooper Kupp, touchdown Seattle. So they take the shot downfield, and it is caught in the end zone. for a touchdown. What a big play that is, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike. And the key to a play like this is when the ball travels this far in the air, they teach you, don't look back, look up, because that's where the ball will be. And in this case, he was able to secure it and come away with a big touchdown.
Now the point after try from Myers. The kick is good. And the Seahawks have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Brown now to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
As this offense continues to try to find its way out of this hole, things are going to just continue to get more difficult if they can't protect the passer. The longer you trail, the more the defense knows you need to throw the ball, and they're going to have to protect their quarterback a lot better than they did there.
On 2nd down, Goff. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he'll wind up out of bounds past the 45-yard line. He's had a lot of success throwing the ball early. Look at the numbers. Already up over 200 passing yards. Goff to throw on 1st down. Going for it all. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Nice 1st down pickup there by Sam Laporta, the 2nd-year tight end out of Iowa. And you talk about having a breakout rookie campaign, Mike. I mean, to make the Pro Bowl as a rookie at the tight end position is no easy feat. He kind of burst onto the scene as the Lions found themselves in the NFC Championship. I had a chance this summer to spend some time with him at our TEU, kind of our tight end only camp that I run with Kelsey and Kittle in Nashville. And seeing him work up close and personal, you can see why, even though he's a young player, he's had the level of success that he's had only 2 years now into his career.
Third and 6. Here's Goff. It is caught left side by St. Brown. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. The production has been sensational early on. The last catch putting him over 100 receiving yards, and we still have another half to play. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing, Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They smelled the screen and took care of it. Blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. He is in. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But if you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. They'll go play action with Darnold. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. Thank God. One final throw before the break. That caught by Davis. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we have hit halftime here on a Monday night, as we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. As mentioned, this is the EA Sports halftime report. Time to take a look around the NFL and find out what's going on this fine Sunday. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Puka Nacua, close to 200 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that ball game as they fall to the visiting Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Lamar Jackson, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Brown now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to go to work once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. First and 10. Here's Goff. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. Second and 7. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Here's a handoff to Gibbs. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
By the end of last season, Mike, on that NFC Championship run of the Detroit Lions, Jahmyr Gibbs really found his stride. They can do so many different things with him, run game, pass game, no matter how you do it. When you get the ball into this kid's hands, he can do a lot.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. First down, and they stick with Gibbs. And this defense not allowing much there. They'll stop him at the 45. Second down and 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's right side and brought in by Williams. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. He has been busy. 9 receptions on the game, and that was a first down.
And a lot of people were confused about the Jameson Williams draft selection a couple years ago, Mike, coming off injury, got hurt late in his career at Alabama. But let's not forget, when this guy was healthy, he was the best wide receiver in college. And now we're starting to see a lot of those qualities that we saw in that last year at Alabama play out at the professional level.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll run with Gibbs. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. He pulls it in around the 5. Sensational stacks in this one, and now that pass gets him over 300 yards on the evening. On the ground, it's the tight end. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. shotgun run now with Walker. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
It's wicket number 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 36-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He'll get this complete to Walker. Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line, and fourth down is coming up.
Anytime it's third and short, you better account for the running back out of the backfield, and that's exactly what they do here. Great job by the defense, taking him down for a loss. Brings up fourth down.
A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Lions offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball. And that's what he's done in this one. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
And this is just more of the same, picking up exactly where he left off in the first half. And these numbers, Mike, as you see them, they just pop out at you. I mean, he has been the driving force of this offense from the very start.
Once again, it's Gibbs. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
A 3-yard gain. Brings up second and 7 at the 37-yard line.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Throwing on second down. Goff. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A second down throw for Goff. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
On first down, it's Goff. To the right side, that's St. Brown. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
And as we saw in the first half, Mike, the defense was really unable to do anything to slow him down. He put up some really big numbers there in the first 2 quarters. Now here in the second half, just doesn't look like they've made many adjustments in the attempt to slow him down.
And the Lions are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
To the left side, it's caught by Brown. And he's going to be stopped at about the 4.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
And that is incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And now they're faced with a 4th and goal.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
This is going to be taken in at the 3. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. He'll be brought down after a short pickup to around the 29. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Working out of the gun. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
The defense decides to come with a blitz here on 3rd down, and it's a little feast or famine. You're counting on getting home and getting to the quarterback. But give credit to the offensive line. Not only do they protect, they buy enough time for the quarterback to escape the pocket, turns himself into a runner, picks up the 1st down.
Still 1st down.
On the handoff, this is Walker. And he'll manage only the 34-yard line. He's brought down after a short gain. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. To throw is Darnold. Out wide, it's a screen to Kupp. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch and they can't get out in front. This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Like living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. Not much to speak of on that one. It'd be a gain of a yard. It's second down. Goff to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete. I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit,
this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
On third and long, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Davis, the intended receiver, and it's going to lead to fourth down.
I like the fact that they took a shot on third and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative playing for the fourth down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, but now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up 4th and a mile.
Goff gives it to Gibbs. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. On the handoff, this is Gibbs. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll get this one complete to Brown. 6 catches for him in the ballgame now, and this one's good for a first down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. There's that man again. Another catch. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing here is Goff. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the first down. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. And he is going to have a Lions first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. To throw is Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
It is caught left side by St. Brown. And the Lions have got a 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 4-yard line. The numbers there tell the story. That last completion moves him over 400 yards passing for the game. Here's a chance to put this game away. 1st down and goal. Here's Gibbs. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. They extend the lead, and it looks like they're going to extend the terrific start to this season. Greg, they are just a few minutes away from a 4-0 beginning.
Even since adding that 17th game to the schedule, so many coaches across the league, Mike, they still refer to the season as quarters. So they talk about, all right, let's focus going into the year on winning quarter number 1. I'll tell you what, at 4-0, it doesn't get much better than that.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Now Darnold. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Darnold to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be...
And he tried to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed.
The Lions pick up their first down at the 30-yard line.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Catch is made, that is Williams. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 25-yard line.
They hand it to Gibbs. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
He's been gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
To throw is Goff. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up 1st down and goal.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Here's Bates for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Lions will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Seahawks offense ready to see what they can do. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll tuck it and take off.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on 1st down.
Darnold now to throw. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
He'll try and get there on the ground. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a 1st down.
And the Seahawks, 1st down.
Darnold. Connecting with the tight end. That's Fant. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. The quarterback gets off his 1st read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect. Out-breaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Darnold now on 1st and 10. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
On 2nd down, Walker. And he will work his way down inside the 30. A pickup of 6. Now a 3rd and 2. We'll try and run it with Walker. Walker, 1st down and more. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. That's a gain of 28. Here's Walker. Powering forward. He's in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seahawks. Touchdown here in the 4th quarter, Greg. They have a big mountain to climb, but at least they're technically still alive in this one.
And now, Mike, we're going to see them line up to go for 2. They're going to see if they can get this lead down to 16 points and still give them a chance to fight back here late in the 4th quarter.
And this time they stop him short of the goal line. Touchdown a moment ago. No 2-point conversion to add on as they come up empty. Down 3 scores, and it's late. They're going to need a few bounces to go their way. They'll start right here, trying to get an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the 4th quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
The Lions offense back onto the field for their next possession. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air. And with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now, Goff. He doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. But this is taken in by a teammate.
I feel like we see this so often, Mike, especially with how good these receivers are after the catch. They're so eager to pick up that extra yardage. Sometimes they don't completely put the ball away, and with how good these defenders are at knocking it loose, pretty fortunate on that one. His teammate was there to prevent that from being a turnover.
Here's Goff. To the left side, it's caught by Brown. And he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
Well, they say football is a game of inches, and plays like this explain why. You pick up a little bit more, it's a fresh set of downs. Now on 4th and short, this coach has a decision to make.
The offense is out there, 4th and inches. They'll try it now with Gibbs. And he's going to have the Lions first down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
Goff with the give to Montgomery. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
2nd and 11. They'll run with Gibbs. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. And the big night continues. That last run gives him yardage to put him over 100 for the game. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here comes 3rd and 6. On the ground, this is Gibbs.
Here Gibbs, the ball carrier. The tackle by Leonard Williams. A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. This will be a 38-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Lions will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Now return coming from the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He'll get this complete to Walker. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns. You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Gibbs. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
At the 27-yard line.
Once again, it's Gibbs. And he'll get this close to a 1st down. Gets about 7, maybe a yard short of the 1st down. So it's a win here for the Lions. They finish off the first month of the season perfect as the victory runs their mark to 4-0. For my partner, Greg Olson, for our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.